The string has become steady and it does not break, and fiddle plays the celestial melody spontaneously. By hearing it, the mind of the perfect man is enraptured and he does not feel the swaying by Maya. Says Kabir, the desireless soul of the Bairagi, the renunciate, who has played such a game is not reincarnated again into the world of the form and substance. Gauri, weave this into a full piece of 9 yards, 10 yards, and 21 yards. To the warp of 60 threads and woof of 72, add another 9 joints. Life weaves itself into its patrons. Leaving her home, the soul goes to the world of the weaver. This cloth cannot be measured in yards or weighed with the weight. Its food is 2.5 measures. If it does not obtain food quickly, the soul quarrels with the master of the house. How many days will you sit here in opposition to your master? When will this opportunity come again? Leaving his pots and pans and the bobbins wet with his tears, the weaver's soul departs in jealous anger. The windpipe is empty now. The thread of the breath does not come out any longer. The thread is tangled. It has run out. So renounce the world of form and substance while you remain here. O poor soul, says Kabir, this is to make you understand. Gauri, one light merges into another. Can it be or be not separated again? May that man burst and die in whose mind God's name does not sprout. O my dark and beauteous Lord, my mind is attached with you. Meeting with the holy, the Siddhs obtain perfection. What good is yoga or indulgence in players? When the two, the Guru and the disciple, meet, fair business is conducted and the link with the Lord's name is established. People deem it to be a song, but it is a meditation on the Lord. It is like the instruction given to the man at the time of death at Banaras. Whoever sings or listens to the Lord's name attentively, says Kabir, undoubtedly he obtains the highest status in the end. Gauri, all those who make efforts without God's name are drowned in the terrifying world ocean. Those who practice religious rituals and strict self-discipline, their egotistical pride shall consume their soul. Oh, why have you forgotten your master who has given you the breath of life and food? Human birth is a priceless jewel. For a worthless shell, you have lost it. You suffer from the thirst of desire and hunger of doubt as you do not contemplate on the Lord in your heart. The intoxication of pride cheats those who do not enshrine the Guru's word in their mind. Sinful are those who are led by worldly players, tempted by sexual delights, and who enjoy relish of wine. But those who, through destiny and good deed, join the society of saints, float over the ocean like the iron does when attached to the wood. In illusion, I have wandered in births of various existences and become tired. I am now exhausted, suffering in pain and wasting away. Says Kabir, on meeting the Guru, I have attained supreme joy. My love and devotion has saved me. Gauri, like the straw figures of female elephant fashioned to trap the bull elephant, O crazy mind, the Lord of the universe has enacted this wonder play in this world. The mind is maddened like that of an elephant after the straw figure of the female elephant. Attracted by the lure of the lust, the elephant is captured, and now the halter is placed around its neck and he is trapped. Avoid sin, get immersed in God. Heed to this advice, my maddened self. You have not fearlessly meditated on God and have not embarked on lordship. O my maddened self, stretching out his hand, the monkey takes a handful of grain. Gripped in fear of its release, my maddened self, he is caught and is made to dance at the door of every house. As the parrot is caught by means of a trap, my maddened self, so is the man entrapped by worldly occupations of Maya. As is the fleeting dye of the safflower, my maddened self, so is the expanse of the Maya in the world. My maddened self, there is many holy places to bathe and many deities to worship. Says Kabir, my maddened self, you shall not be released this way, you shall be released by God's service. Gauri, fire does not burn it and wind does not blow it away. Thieves cannot get near it. Accumulate that wealth of the Lord's name. That wealth does not go anywhere. My wealth is God, the Lord of the wealth, the master of the universe and the support of the earth. This is called the real wealth. The peace obtained in the service of the Lord Master, that peace is not found in owning kingdoms. Shiv and Sanak and others like them in their search for this wealth forsake the world. He in whose heart is filled the granter of salvation and on whose tongue is the omnipresent Lord does not fall into death's snooze. The Guru given Lord service and divine knowledge is my personal wealth. With his good advice, my mind is attached. The Lord's name is water for the burning soul and the pillar for the fleeting mind. The bonds of illusion and fear then vanish. Says Kabir, O you who are intoxicated by lust, reflect upon this in your heart and see. Within your home there are hundreds of thousands and millions of horses and elephants, but in my home is the one Lord who is enough for me. Gauri, as a monkey through greed does not let go a handful of grain in his hand and is thereby entrapped, so do all deeds done by man through greed ultimately becomes a noose around his neck. Without the devotional service of the God, human life is wasted. In the holy company and the meditation of the Lord, truth is found, else nowhere else. As the flower blooms in the wilderness and no one enjoys its fragrance, similarly man wanders in many births and deaths, destroys him again and again. This wealth, youth, children, spouse that the Lord has given are but a passing show. They who remain entangled in them are misled by senses. Age is fire, the body is the house of straw, and on all the four sides is the spectacle of death. Says Kabir, to cross over the terrifying world ocean, I have taken the shelter of true Guru. Gauri, the watery sperm is cloudy and the ovarian secretion is crimson. From this clay, the puppet man is formed. I am nothing and nothing is mine. This body, wealth, and all delicacies are yours, O Lord of the universe. Into this clay body, breath is infused. By your power, you have set this false contrivance in motion. Some hoarded wealth in millions, but in the end, the pitcher of the body bursts. Says Kabir, O proud man, the sole foundation which you have laid shall be destroyed in a moment. Gauri, meditate on the Lord, O my soul, just as Dhruv and Prahlad meditated on the Lord. The Lord, merciful to humble, I have placed my faith in you. Along with my family, I have come aboard your boat. When it pleases him, then he has his order obeyed. He causes the boat to cross over. By the Guru's grace, such understanding has dawned on me that my coming and going in reincarnation has ended. Says Kabir, meditate on God and earth, the earth's sustainer. In this world and the world beyond and everywhere, he alone is the bestower. Gauri, leaving the womb, when the mortal comes into the world, as soon as the air touches him, he forgets his master. O my soul, sing the glorious praises of the Lord. When you did penance, tapas, reversed in the womb existence, you then escaped from the fire of the belly. After wandering through 84 lakh incarnations, you came. If you stumble and fall now, you shall find no home or place of rest. Says Kabir, meditate upon the Lord, the sustainer of the earth, who is not seen coming or going, and who knows all. Gauri Purbi, do not long for an abode in heaven and fear not to dwell in hell. What is to be shall be, so build no hope in your mind. Chant the glorious praises of the pervading God, from whom is attained the supreme treasure. What good is chanting penance or self mortification? What good is fasting or cleansing bath unless you know the way to worship and serve God in loving devotion? Don't feel happy at the sight of treasure, and don't weep at the sight of adversity. As is wealth, so is poverty. What the Lord proposes comes to pass. Says Kabir, men of God in their heart have realized the Lord. The service of such devotees is best in whose mind the Lord abides. Gauri, O my mind, even if you carry someone's burden, they do not belong to you. Brief as is the bird's abode on a tree, so is the life in this world. I drink in the sublime nectar of the Lord. With the taste of this elixir, I have forgotten other relishes. Why should we weep at the death of others when we ourselves are not permanent? Whoever is born shall pass away. Why should we cry out in grief? The soul is absorbed in him from whom it had sprung by being in the company of pious and drinking the name nectar. Kabir says, I in my mind have contemplated God, by which I have gone into the ascetic detached mood. Rag Gauri, the bride gazes at the path and sighs with the tearful eyes. Her heart is not happy, but she does not retrace her steps in the hope of sighting the blessed vision of the Lord's darshan. Fly away, O black crow, so that I may quickly meet my beloved Lord. Says Kabir, worship the Lord with devotion to obtain the status of the eternal life. The name of the Lord is my only support. With my tongue I chant the Lord's name. Rag Gauri, all around there are thick bushes of the sweet basil, and there in the midst of the forest the Lord is singing with joy. Beholding his wondrous beauty, the milkmaid is entranced and says, leave me not, come and go not anywhere. My mind is attached to your feet, O archer of the universe. He alone meets you who is blessed by great fortune. In Vrindavan, where Krishna grazes his cows, he entices and fascinates my mind. You are my Lord and Master, the archer of the universe. My name is Kabir. Gauri Purbi, what is the point of wearing various robes? What is the use of living in the forest? What good to burn incense before his gods? What good is immersing the body in the holy dip in the water? O soul, I know that I shall depart. You ignorant fool, understand the imperishable Lord. Whatever you see now, you will not see that again, but still you cling to Maya. The divine, the men contemplating, and the great preachers, all are engrossed in these worldly affairs. Kabir says, without the name of the one Lord, this world is blinded by Maya. Gauri, O people, O victim of Maya, abandon doubts and dance in the open. What kind of hero is he who dreads to face the enemy, and what kind of sati is she who starts collecting utensils when the call comes? Stop your wavering, O mad self. Now that you have taken up the challenge of death, let yourself burn and die and attain perfection. The world is engrossed in lust, anger, and Maya, and in this way the world is ruined. Says Kabir, do not forsake the Lord, your sovereign King, the highest of the high. Gauri, O Lord, your command I reverently obey. Unquestionably, you are the river and you are the boatman. My salvation comes from you. O man, embrace Lord's meditation, whether he be angry or he loves you. Your name is my support as the flower blooms in the water. Says Kabir, grant me life or give me death as it pleases you. Gauri, wandering through 84 lakhs incarnation, Krishna's father Nand was completely exhausted. Because of his devotion, Krishna was incarnated in his home. Great was the good fortune of this poor man. You say that Krishna was Nand's son, but whose son was Nand himself? When there was no earth or ether or the 10 direction, where was Nand then?